When the world's most powerful authoritarian leaders share a laugh, the global balance of power shifts in ways most people don't even realize. The recent Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit in Tianjin, China, delivered exactly this kind of moment. When Chinese President Xi Jinping and Russian President Vladimir Putin were caught on camera engaged in what appeared to be a surprisingly warm and animated conversation. But here's where it gets controversial. This wasn't just diplomatic small talk. The remarkable exchange unfolded just before the traditional group photograph of all attending leaders, creating a scene that diplomatic observers are calling unusually intimate for such a formal setting. Video footage captured both presidents breaking into genuine smiles as they called over their interpreters to facilitate what turned into an extended dialogue lasting well over 60 seconds. For context, in the world of high-stakes diplomacy, a minute of unscripted conversation between these two leaders represents something far more significant than casual pleasantries, and this is the part most people miss. The timing of this interaction couldn't be more strategic. Prior to the summit's official proceedings, Putin had already made his position crystal clear, declaring that Moscow and Beijing stand united in strengthening the BRICS alliance as a counterweight to what he perceives as Western dominance. His specific target? The discriminatory sanctions imposed by the United States, which he argues are deliberately sabotaging the economic progress of BRICS member nations and creating unnecessary friction within the broader global community. But the summit's significance extended far beyond the Putin-Xi dynamic. In a separate bilateral meeting that's raising its own set of questions, President Xi sat down with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address some of the most complex geopolitical challenges facing Asia today. Their discussion centered on collaborative counter-terrorism efforts, a topic that becomes particularly intriguing given the ongoing territorial tensions between their nations. The conversation also tackled the thorny issues of border peacebuilding and expanding bilateral trade relationships, all while India finds itself locked in its own trade dispute with the United States over tariff policies. Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri provided some fascinating insight into the Modi-Xi conversation during his post-meeting briefing with reporters. All I will say, without going into specifics, is the issue was discussed, raised by the Prime Minister. He outlined his understanding very crisply and specifically. He outlined the fact that this is the scourge that India and China are both victims of, Misri explained, referring to terrorism threats. The Foreign Secretary continued. He asked for China's support on this issue. The Chinese have expressed their support. This diplomatic language might sound routine, but it represents a potentially game-changing alignment between two nuclear powers that have historically viewed each other with suspicion. While these summit interactions might appear to be standard diplomatic protocol, they're actually revealing something much deeper about the shifting global order. The warm exchanges between leaders who represent authoritarian governance models, combined with their shared criticism of Western policies, suggest we're witnessing the formation of alternative power structures that could fundamentally challenge the existing international system. What makes this particularly thought-provoking is how these leaders are leveraging regional cooperation platforms like the SCO to build consensus around their shared grievances with Western-led institutions. The question that remains unanswered is whether this represents genuine partnership or merely tactical cooperation born out of mutual convenience. So here's what I want to know. Are we watching the emergence of a genuine alternative to Western-dominated global governance, or is this simply opportunistic alliance building that will crumble when national interests diverge? What do you think? Is this the beginning of a new world order, or just political theater designed to project strength where none really exists? Let me know in the comments whether you see this as a positive development for global stability or a concerning challenge to democratic values.